Christ will not come and reign in this world as a king and establish his government as a king. Christ has come already. God has established his throne, and he has become the King of kings and Lord of lords now. The reign of the beast and the false prophet ended when the throne of Christ was established. Figuratively, that is where the beast and the false prophet have been cast into the lake of fire. God said, "It is done," and heaven opens, and a white horse appears. And the one that sat, they use the language in the past tense, the one that sat upon that horse has the eyes burning like flames of fire. And his name is called Faithful and True. And that in righteousness he doth judge and make war. He made war in righteousness. Understand the scriptures. We also have been commanded to make war in righteousness, not physical battle. Ephesians 6, that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Therefore, you have to gird your loins about with truth. The breastplate that you have should be the breastplate of righteousness, and that you should stand on the preparation of the gospel of peace. This is the way Jesus fought the battle. His name is called the Word of God, and upon his virtue, even upon his title, is written King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And when he came, the beasts that have ruled the world, that have made the whole world receive a mark on their forehead and in their right hand, that made the whole world worship the beast, wage war against him. And the beast and the false prophet were cast aloud into the lake of fire. Revelation 20 is the same thing but put in a different way. But that one goes to the final end. That dragon, the serpent, the devil, an angel came and opened the bottomless pit and held him and cast him into the bottomless pit and locked him up there for 1,000 years so that he would not deceive the nations anymore. And after that, the throne of Christ was established. And those that were beheaded for the testimony of God, who did not receive the mark of the beast in their right hand or in their forehead, who did not worship the devil, they all were raised back with the very life of God. And they sat with Christ to reign with Christ in his throne. And their reign is going to be for 1,000 years. We are thinking of a time when the end will come. This thing has taken place already. And those who were beheaded because of the testimony of God have resurrected and they are reigning with Christ already. At the end of the world, Christ will not reign again. This is what you have been told in 1 Corinthians 15. God has given him all power and authority to reign on his behalf. That when the Bible says God has put all things under his feet, the Father who put all things under his feet is excluded from all things being put under his feet. And that when all his enemy is subdued, then he will hand over the kingdom to God, and he himself also will be subject to the Father, so that the Father will be all and all. This is the time Jesus is to reign as Lord of Lords and King of Kings.